All right, so we're gonna start episode 11, and what we really want to talk about is the beginner's point of view when it comes to trading. Like, I know I could talk about it, but I don't want people to hear about my experience because I think people have heard enough already. So, personally, I want to hear about your personal experience. Like, what was your complete insights when it came to all right, when you heard about trading, like what could you potentially make? Or do you see this as a vehicle to your life?
I'd say the first thing was like, okay, people tell you there's like 5.3 trillion in the market. You could make this, make that, and I was just like, bro, I could do this. I could go play ball, or I could just stand here and try to figure it out. So we had a teacher in high school, and he was like, you could learn this, learn that. We was reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I was like, bro, I want to trade though, like, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So started watching YouTube videos, reading books. And I was like, people make money and they show you money, but they don't show you the losses and they don't show you how they got there.
Yeah.
So what did it really take to get to that point? So I think that was the best thing.
All right, awesome. So when you did get involved, like how was that feeling when you placed it like your first trade ever? Like I'm talking about your first trade ever. It could be you could have been profitable 1 second, and then and then the realistic.
My first trade was like 3 months ago. I made like 250 on it.
And how did you feel?
I was sitting there, I was looking at the chart like this, like just go down. Just go down.
So we all can relate that everyone talks to their MT4 app, right?
Yeah.
Now that's typically normal because to
Most
the outside
definitely.
world, everyone wants to be like, yeah, what the hell is this dude talking to? Like,
Most
unless
definitely.
you had it on speakerphone, but
I'm looking at the chart like, especially I'm staring at the 15 minute. I'm just like, oh my. Like at first it went against me and I was like, I knew I shouldn't have done it.
yeah.
I knew I shouldn't have done it. I knew it. And I said, I'm going to just leave it alone. And it came right through for me.
And so after dealing with that experience, did you learn from it, or did you just went back to the same habit?
I'd say you want to learn from it, but I think it takes time though.
Yeah.
So you saying, okay, I did it, but you take the next trade and you're like, do I do it again? Do I do it again? And you're just like, so eventually over time, it got better for me. So now I just take trades and I'm just like, okay, it's either going to hit my stop loss or take profit. Like I can't make it do anything other else.
So you agreed that you had to remove the emotion part, and
You have to. Because like me playing sports, you have coaches, they come to you, they talk to you, you might get screamed at, but you still got to go play. So whether the chart is going against you or with you, you can't let your emotions come in and then like, all right, cut it out before it hits your stop loss and, it might come back down and hit your TP. So
yeah, but there's also that that other part in your mind is like, come on, man, you could get some more. What you could do with this funds after you withdraw, and then all that side talk, and and then you get distracted, and then you lose complete focus on what your original goal is, right?
I say you're right. I say you're definitely right because there's some trades I've taken and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna move my TP because I'm gonna keep trying to get more. And you start reaching, like that wasn't even the original plan you wanted to do, and it might, go to sleep because I think it happened to me last night.
Yeah.
I took a trade. I said, let me take this down a little bit more. And it came in spiked right before my TP, other way. I said, look, there you go, perfect example.
Yeah.
So you definitely got to take the emotion out of it and then just trust the process, I said.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, you have to. Like, I know there are many times, like, it missed my TP, went all the way back to my entry, then came all the way back down because right when it came back to entry, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take it, break even, and then you just watching it coming down and not trusting your analysis. So that's completely understandable. Like, that has happened to a lot of people, you know. Because like for the rest of the world, everyone feels like the TPs are always gonna get smashed. Like
Exactly.
sometimes it's not gonna get hit.
You're right.
And you're just gonna have to move on to the next trade idea, and then apply where your analysis aligns to your confirmations,
Yeah.
and then you enter the trade.
Yeah.
All right. So, have you ever made your first withdrawal?
I haven't made my first.
You ever
withdrawal
made
yet.
your first withdrawal?
Not yet.
So you're dreaming of that, huh?
I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it. I just want to see it one time.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
Oh, that's good. All right. So, how was your feeling when you brought up about trading to like even like people are probably not even like educated on it?
I told a couple of my teammates, and they were like, "Okay, that's cool, that's cool," you know, like kind of brushing it off.
Yeah.
I remember one day, I was like up like $50,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, you know, I'm in the locker room just looking, bro. What's that? What's that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that the? I said, I mean, you know, yeah, but you don't really care about it, bro.
Yeah.
Like you just want to see how much money I got.
Yeah.
I mean, I told my mom. She kind of understanding. She's still trying to take it in. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're doing it, but like I feel like you're gambling." I'm like, "Okay, you know, when I come through with a withdrawal, I don't want to hear nothing."
Mm-hmm.
So, it's people out there that look at it, and I feel like they don't feel like it's real. Like
Mhm.
it's not something somebody can actually learn and repeat over and over and actually make, you know, an excessive amount of money
Mm-hmm.
that somebody won't make doing a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So I think if you tell somebody about it
Mm-hmm.
and they're not even interested in it, like, you know, just leave it alone. Just keep
Yeah.
it moving.
Yeah, that must have been like a tough thing, especially like to tell people and to try to get them on the same page, and then they're waiting for you
Mm-hmm.
to see what you make, and you know, it's just like I think like in our generation, people are always looking for an example to be set before they could want to take action.
I say you're right.
And it's just like if an opportunity that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
If we all could do our research, right? There's no special occasion or education behind it.
You're right.
Then why not take the chance? You know, and I feel like a lot of people are so so unwillingly to take risk in life.
Yeah.
You know, they rather just watch someone else accomplish, and then they wonder why. They be like, "Oh man, I should have did it when
Yeah.
you told me, you know, this and that. That
Yeah.
could have been me, you know." So
Yeah.
like, I still get that messages from time to time. Like even it took my brother almost like 4 years.
That's crazy.
You know, so like it could be even family, it could be even your best friends. It
Yeah.
could be people be like, "Yo, we're gonna be getting all this bread together,"
Yeah.
and then you know you see them doing the complete opposite, and it's just like, what happened to that dream, that ambition, that goal
Yeah.
and say we planned? You know?
I said
So-
it definitely happens. It happens a lot. People don't really see that because
Yeah,
I got a friend. You probably seen him. You know Q?
yeah.
His girl right now. We played high school basketball together, and my boy hit me up. He was like, "Bro, you remember Macy? Like, she's a trader now." Like, I was like, "Bro, what you mean? Like,
Mhm.
like we play sports. Like, what are you talking about?" I'm looking. I said, "Bro, who's that?" And Q went to a school next to us, so maybe like 10 minutes from my house. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Bro, no way." I'm scrolling, looking through. I'm looking at the account size. I'm looking at the withdrawals.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Bro, what?" And he's like, "Bro, do it. You should do it." I said, "Bro, do it with me." Like now I'm doing it, and he's still like, you know, on the fence. Oh, I
Yeah.
kind of want to. I don't want to. So you definitely see it from people that you hang out with a lot too.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Like, you know, and it's just a part of the process, you know. You know that it might change eventually if, you know, people do decide to wake up.
Yeah.
That, you know, there's different possibilities of,
Yeah.
you know, making money online. But it happens. So but what do you see yourself regarding when it comes to trading? Like what do you see yourself in the next 3, even 4 or 5 years?
I would say definitely still trading. It's like it's more than just trading. Like,
Like you think it's like adding into like your current lifestyle?
yeah, not even that. It's just the feeling you get. Like, I want to be on the charts. I want to analyze. Like, I want to. Like,
Yeah.
it's not me. I gotta wake up. Like, bro, my girl will tell you like, I'm in London like this. I'm looking like it's 3:00 in the morning. She's go to sleep. No, I'm not going to sleep. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, so I say in the next 3 or 4 years, just trying to learn more because people focus on profit and making this money.
Yeah.
And if you just learn more, the money's just going to come.
Yeah.
So I say that maybe being the best that I can be at that point, and then maybe reaching out and trying to help others.
Awesome. That's a good goal. It's a really good goal. It's basically kind of like how I kind of got started, which just learning.
Yeah.
And then until I felt comfortable of, starting to teach. And then that started getting bigger. And then starting creating a whole platform.
Yeah.
And then now look, and then establishing a whole company, And then the next goal is to get, to own a whole broker account.
Yeah.
A whole broker. So it's like, there's just so many levels that you could obtain if you just keep learning the craft and not focus on the money will come.
Yeah.
But if you keep focusing on the craft, everything starts to build up as a foundation as you're building a house. So once you have that foundation, however you want to design the house, comes out pretty clean, smooth.
You can do that.
Your girl's like, damn, this is what Forex did. So like, they can't complain. Like, you have all those face reactions when you accomplish that. After all those long nights, all the sacrifices, all your family and your friends start hitting you up. Man, I knew you had faith in you. I was
Yeah. Now we talking.
Because everything starts to look green now.
Yeah.
And you want to be smiling,
now
right?
we talking.
So, it just brings a whole different perspective when people see that, and they're like, "Wow, this is not something that you pick up. But
No,
if
you can't.
put the time into it, anything could happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you are your own cap. That's what I always like to tell people.
Yep.
So you can cap yourself, and however you want to cap yourself. So if you want to limit yourself, then I'm sorry, we can't hang out with you. Like,
You got to be kind of grow.
you want to be with people that want more out of life. So, but what was my next question I was gonna say? So after like having it being like your lifestyle and truly passionate about, do you see yourself like giving back, like even for the people that just can't even afford, the skill set?
Most definitely, because I got, a couple friends that, they want to do it. They're not really sure. And I'm like, all right, I can use that as motivation that, okay, if I can get to a certain level, eventually I can be like, all right, here, bro, like you can start with this. I can give you this. We can go here and learn about it and do whatever till you get to a certain point where you feel like you're comfortable and you can trade. Because I feel like some people, they see it, but they just need to push for somebody that they kind of look up to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I could definitely do that for some people in my life.
Yeah, that's good. Because honestly, I feel like doing it like that is like probably the most realest thing you could do for anybody. Because, like not everyone is obligated to go out their way and teach you a skill set that can make you millions, thousands, consistency.
Man.
And, like I had people that reach out to me and they make me feel like I'm obligated to teach them.
Exactly.
And I'm like, look, I'm sorry, but if you're not willing to cut the check, you're wasting 24 hours of my time that could be used for something else. So
it gets to that point.
Yeah, it gets to that point because like if people are not valuing your time, they're not going to take you seriously. So like if you're like, look, this is the time I'm only going to give you, and you're giving them like a limited expectation, and that's it. And then people are going to be like, all right, look, this is serious. Like I have to view this in a whole different perspective. So, but giving back, like I know, like I had a really good friend of mine, not really good friends anymore, but which happens, friendship does grow.
Yeah.
Always believed in me and this and that, but I always believed in myself.
Yeah.
But it was to the point that now that I have to cut the friendship, and you have to believe in yourself. Like, I've done what I've done.
Exactly.
I don't need, like, I look at it from this point of view. I don't need like an extra cheerleader in my circle. Like
Exactly.
I don't, So like, it's time for you to take that initial move. If they can't see that, then it is what it is. And it's like, it's not like you're lying to them. It's just saying that you're valuing what you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
If people can't respect your goals and your ambition about that, then trading will take a lot of your time if you really want to master your craft.
It will.
But if people can't understand that, then
They have to, because I mean, you only get so much time to do it
Yeah.
and to actually sit there and do it right. So
Mhm.
if someone's just playing around and they don't feel that, this is something serious, they just, what are you here for? Because,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, we can be cool and we can have fun, we can hang out, but
Mhm.
there's certain stuff in life that's inevitable. You got to pay
Yeah.
your bill. You got to get stuff for your parents, maybe, take care of your family. So if we don't have the same goals and we're not trying to do something special
Mhm.
and maybe help somebody else along the way, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we got to cut different ways.
Yeah. So even though it comes to reality, there's a reality when it comes to just learning. There's a reality when coming to have people that believes in you, or that's in your circle in general. But overall, it's a reality, and it's either you understand that reality or you don't.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think people tend to mix the two all the time.
They
Like
do.
if they expecting handouts, or if this person accomplished, for example, making close to $1 million, like what is a little change can help a person. I had a really funny story. I'm gonna actually bring this up. I had a person from Nigeria, and I am Nigerian as well, so I'm not throwing any shade to my own country. I had a person he low key messaged me saying that he created a Ponzi scheme, and I was like, wow. I was like, you must have been really brave to be telling me this.
That's
Like,
bold.
I was just like,
He
wow.
bold.
Yeah, I was like, you are really bold. I'm like, I've never got this one before, but I was like, yeah, let me entertain this story. So, so I was listening to what he was saying. He was telling me that he's a 23-year-old. He's going to college. He's in debt in $32K. And then I was waiting for the finale. I was like, you think you could help me out? I was like, look, if I had that question hidden in my direct messages every single day, do you know how broke I would go?
For real. They don't
I was
understand
like,
that.
I'll go completely broke. Like, I can't
don't
help the world.
understand that.
Like, you put, someone said West African gang. I am so dead.
Wow. Wow.
So you can't do that because people just now are just looking that you're an ATM machine or you're some type of money flow that like, oh, what is that going to do? Like, yeah, it does everything. It's not being greedy. It's just that you put in the time and work to get to that level, right? And I feel like a lot of people just miss the understanding of it and expecting like a handout, and it's just like, no, like you took the time to to scam people, and and look at how everything fold back. I always like to believe is whatever that you put out to the universe is going to come back to you like 10 times fold. So if you're out there scamming people, you're going to get scammed the long term.
Exactly.
Like, so like, and I had to tell him, I'm like, look, you're going to have to figure out a way. He was messaging me. I was like, look, I can't be messaging back and forth. To be honest, like, I have a lot of other direct messages of people that I could actually impact and help. And you're just kind of like creating your own situation that's putting onto me, and that's not my problem at the end of the day. So, and that the only thing you could do is just be straightforward.
That's right. And I don't want to get on people, but because my boy, he's Nigerian too.
Yeah.
So is his dad, and we grew up a lot together. And I'm Haitian, and I feel like I'm Haitian, but I feel like whatever it is for us Caribbean people, when we see somebody like get to a certain point, all of a sudden it's, oh, you remember me? Or like, let me, and I'm just like, whoa, time out. Like, where this come from? Like,
we all can relate,
Like, you wouldn't say nothing when we was in church, like,
Yeah, like that's why I said like it's not easy to become successful. Like it's not. It gets so hard. Like I've even dealt with it. Like people just look at you in a whole complete viewpoint.
Oh, man.
They're like, you know what? He ain't got no problems.
Man.
Like he'll pay all the bills.
Oh,
Go
man.
out to eat, you still pay. Like like people just assume that you have everything and then that we're good.
Exactly.
So it's just that's why it's always good to surround yourself with people that's on that same level. So then you could really enjoy life.
Exactly.
People are not just like, oh, this and that.
No,
so
The handouts is not it.
Yeah, so no handouts. Don't ever ask for it. You know, even though if you have little to like $5 in your bank account, which I had in one point in my life, I never asked for a damn dime.
I think I got like 13 right now.
You got 5? So we're all being honest here, huh? You can still get a KFC bowl.
That's a lot of chicken noodles.
Right? Yeah, you start to manage money real good when you have that little bit of balance.
Let me tell you.
Let's read. I'm actually going to read one of these questions here. How do you handle your emotions and motivation when you first decided to take your trade full time? Honestly, it was kind of like 50-50, to be honest. Like, you know, because one part of my mind was, oh, okay, the reality is hit. I have no job. So if I blow this account, then I'm going to have to hustle, or I'm going to have to sell something, a pair of J's, or go find, you know, a side job I could do. And, you know, good thing that did not come down to it. But that's what it comes down to. Like, you really have to take this seriously and game plan. Yeah. You know, don't be greedy. You know, think of the long term and how you could be consistently profitable and take what you could get, close out your trades, and then build on for the next week.
Exactly.
So once you have the good size that you could risk more, then it becomes fun.
I would say you're right.
So, like, just like how I tell people, you can't build a house in 1 month. That's impossible. You know, like, you have to build the foundation first, create the whole layers, then building up, starting from one section to another section, and then there you go.
Yeah.
Because if trading was so simple and people understood that from the gate, then everyone would be successful million traders.
What? Everybody
Like,
be a trader. Everybody.
So there's no point of risking it all if you decide this is going to be a full time. Take your time. It's going to grow. You're going to be compounding your account regardless. So
You're right.
I just don't understand why people blow their accounts left and right. Like, unless you want to give the markets free money, just don't trade. Just be like, broker, contact their support here. Because that's basically what you're doing. Like, you know, you be putting a standard on a $200 account. And it's just like, you know how much pressure? There's no wiggle room.
There isn't.
It's
at
tight.
At all. Because I remember I have a couple trades. I win, lose. All right, throw some money in. Win, lose, throw some money in. And I was like, bro, it's getting to a point, bro.
It's like you think about all the money you accumulated depositing into your broker account. You're like, damn. That would have been a nice withdrawal if it was coming the opposite direction.
I looked at it. I said, all right, bro, I'm not touching this. This is what I got. Either I'm going to make it work. And if I can make it work with $25, $50, then I can definitely do it with $1,000. So if I can grow this, then I can be a pretty good trader. Yeah. So me trying to add money in when I'm losing, that's not helping me at all. At all. So I think definitely you just got to take it slow.
Yeah. So I think that is Derek's filming, but I feel like we kind of really got the whole concept of just like the life of a beginner, of a trader. Like, you know, what is the expectations, like their excitement. Like, I noticed how you brought up, you know, several times at night, it was on a session and your girl's like, come on, go to bed. And you're like, no, babe, like, I need to get all this bread. There's too much money on the table. So like, and those are all like the true points that, you know, we brought to the table, you know, like the goals that you want, applying this like as a lifestyle. And then just showing the world that, you know, you don't need to work for someone to build.
You don't at all.
You know, you could have a better vehicle for trading and then build whatever that you're truly passionate about. So, which makes completely sense. So, yeah, that should wrap up for episode 11. You know, life of a beginner.
Yep.
You know, and talking about, you know, the trials and tribulations when
Still
it comes
going.
to the adversity of trying to make it.
Yep.
So, I think a lot of people in here could relate. Yeah, these are all props.
All quiet. Don't want to say nothing.
Right. We got Mr. Haitian in the house. So, Yeah, so that is all. So I hope y'all stay tuned for episode 12 next week. And then we should have an interesting topic. And hopefully we could probably have Michael on, since
Michael a little bit shy
yeah,
today.
yeah, Michael's doing his thing right now. So, but yeah.